Okay guys, so we're out on the road and I've got this hooked up. You can see the port right there, and I got it plugged in. It's not interfering with anything, and I've got the GoPro up here, and if you guys get a GoPro, you know they don't last real long. This way I'm charging the GoPro, and it lasts plenty long enough until the SD card runs out. It'll still be charged. And the other good thing about this is if you're out going somewhere, it's going to allow you to get there and all your stuff's going to be charged. And there's some cables around. You can get smaller cables or do what you gotta do to make it work, but all in all it's pretty good. So stay tuned, and I'm going to show you how it's done right now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I've got something for the Street Triple right here. It's my Triumph Street Triple RS 765 cc motor. I've got something for this motorcycle, but this is pretty much good for any motorcycle, or really anything you want to do, but today we're talking about a motorcycle. And what I've got is a charger, so you can charge devices by USB. The Street Triple does come with one back behind the seat, but what I often find is at the end of the day on my way home, I use my cell phone. One of my cell phones, I have two, a work one and a personal one, but I use them to listen to Sirius XM on the way home or talk on the phone. So what I often find near the end of the day, my phone's about dead because I forget to charge it during the day, or I just don't have a chance. So the problem is trying to charge the phone while I'm driving. I don't want a cable running up through my butt, and that's a pain. So I want a charger up here. Also, it's good for like a GoPro or something like that, because if anybody who has a GoPro knows this, but anybody who doesn't have a GoPro knows that the GoPro batteries go for about an hour. The camera I'm filming on right now is a Insta360 X2 and Insta360 One X2, and it's good for about 80 minutes. It's a lot better than a GoPro for multitude of reasons, but one of them is the battery. But still, I can have that going and be able to charge. So what I've got is this charger that I bought on Amazon, and it's by WPP. There's a bunch of them out there. They're all basically going to be the same thing. This had some pretty good reviews. So it comes with the main device here, and there are some other things here that we'll go into. But basically, this device is going to attach to the handlebars facing me. It's got a little rubber boot, and you can plug in two things, and it's got an on and an off switch. Now there's two ways to do this, and it just depends on your usage. One is you can have it wired into a hot switch, so the key has to be on so you don't run your battery down. That is an option. I'm not going to do that, and hopefully I don't regret this, but I'm going to go ahead and wire it in right to the battery in a sense. But what I have here is outside the motorcycle right here on the back came installed with a charger so you can charge your bike. Well, I ride my bike. I'm just over a year and I'm almost to 14,000 miles. I ride the bike a lot. It doesn't sit, and the battery doesn't ever have to be charged. I live in Florida where I can ride pretty much all year long. In fact, the worst part is to ride in the summertime because it's hot and it's rainy, but I still ride in gear. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to wire it into here. I'm going to pull this back up through the seat so I can just plug it in. I don't have to disconnect the battery or anything like that. I'm just doing that because I can. And it comes with this plug, so you can go right into the battery. It has a what do you call it? A fuse right there, or you can pull this apart and you can wire it in. Now, one of the cool things that this does come with is it comes with an adapter. It's in the box. So I guess some of these plugs coming out of the bike are hot on the wrong side or something like that. So it has an adapter in case you need to. I guess you could put an extension in there too, or if it's backwards, you can switch it backwards. But probably not going to be needing this, and I don't think I'm going to be needing this so far. So first thing we're going to do is I got to take off my tank bag. I'm going to take you over here so you can get a good look. I'm going to take off the tank bag, and this one is a good tank bag. This is the SW Motec with a quick release, and it pops right off. If you haven't seen this review, go ahead and check it out. I love this bag. This bag is awesome. The system is fantastic. I do like Nelson Rig. I have a Nelson Rig tail bag, but I'd rather not use the tail bag just because it gets on my nerves. I like my backpack. I have a review on that too. You can check both of those out in previous videos. Just take a look, and it'll be right there. And my phone's ringing, and it's spam. So we're not going to answer the spam. Yep, I'm not going to answer the spam. So the first thing you're going to do is take the tail bag off, set it off to the side. Then the next thing you're going to need for my bike is you're going to need one of these. One of these is to take the tank off. If you haven't seen me take the tank off about 1,000 times, then you're missing out. So I'm going to take you around here. So I've done this a bunch of times. It's got 2 bolts right here. I'm just going to take that off right there. It's a number 5, I think. 5. It's 5, 5.5, 6, somewhere in there. Move the key out of the way. Just loosen these up. Just 2 bolts, and it's going to allow us to lift the tank. We're not going to actually take the tank off. We're just going to be able to lift the tank up. You can see that. Let me take this down. Maybe not. Okay. So take these 2 bolts off, just like that. We're going to set these off to the side so I don't lose them. Now it allows me to lift the tank up and get to some of the underbody right there. The next thing we're going to do is set this down, and we're going to take the seat off. So I'm going to take you back here for a little bit. Take the seat off. Every bike's a little bit different. On this one, I've got a key to take the back panel off right here. Back panel comes off. Set that down right there. Take the same screwdriver or same Allen wrench. We're going to take off the seat. And my phone is ringing again because these people suck. Excuse me. Damn. I'm like shooting a video and being interrupted by spam. Alright, so I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and take the seat off. This is going to let us get to the battery region. Set the seat off to the side with the Allen wrench. I don't lose anything. Here we go. So I can pretty much get to everything I got to get to. So how this mounts is it's got a couple different things. It's got a little thing to go around your handlebars so you don't scratch it. It's got a flat mount. So if you have a fairing or something like that and you want to put it into the fairing, maybe you just want to put it in down here so you can plug in right down there. That actually may not be a horrible idea. My goal was to put it on the handlebars. But now that I'm looking at that, I could mount this right down there, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So we're going to use the handlebar mount. The handlebar mount is just really just a round thing right there. You see that? A little round thing, and I'll take you in for a closer look. But this, basically how this works, let me come over here, is you have this piece here, it's got a little notch in there, and just slide that in there. So we're going to put this with the bolt facing us. That's how we're going to do it. Then you pull down that and it pops out. Right? It's got a little notch right there to lock it in place, a little hole right there. And when you push it in, it doesn't really click hard, but it won't move out. So you got to pull it down, pull it out. So we're going to mount this facing us. So we're going to come back over here. Come back over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to find where we want to mount this. I have a GoPro Mount here, so I'm going to mount this right on this side, facing me like this. Now I am going to have a cord coming across the handlebars, but I think I'm okay if I just leave enough slack and the cable sticking out. I want to be able to put this through the tank bag where I can have it plugged in. So that's what we're going to try to go for. So right here, and this could change, you know, as I go. Maybe I'll change my mind. I want to do something different. So I'm gonna put this in here. But first, I'm gonna go get some tape. I'm gonna put a little bit of black tape around here so this thing won't rub. My hand, this fits. This is like the same size. I just don't want this to rub off paint. So I'm gonna put a little bit of electrical tape on there just to protect it, and try it that. So I'll be right. Okay, guys. So I got some tape, and I'm going to basically not make this look hokey. But I'm trying to keep it from getting damaged too. So I'm going to take this tape and I'll put this right around the handlebars. Take it down so you can look. Shouldn't have to move that camera too much, but pull this out, get a nice long piece of tape. And again, I'm just doing this to protect the paint on the handlebar. So if I decide to remove this, I don't have to look at a handlebar blemish. I can't even see it really, but it's there. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to face it towards me. I'm actually going to face it away and I'm going to rotate it around because that's the way it has to go with this piece on top. Open it up, spread it apart, not too much, just enough to get it in there. Right on top of the tape. I'm going to roll it around just like that. I'm going to go ahead and take this piece and slide it. I may have put that tape in the wrong place. So it may not fit because of this thing. Yeah, so tape needs to go that way. Take this back off. Take this back off. Undo the tape. Do the tape and move the tape over about 1/4 inch. There. Again, they do give you something to put in there, but that's primarily, it's thicker, so it's primarily to make up for the thinner handlebars. Got it right there. And we're going to go ahead and take our piece. We want it this way. So put that in right there, rotate it around, take our piece, put it on like we're gonna. Tight, okay, it's right about there. I'm just gonna tighten this thing down, clamping it down. See the thing come through there. So it's tight right now, it's not going anywhere. Ain't gotta put it dog crap crazy tight. It's good enough. So now, we're gonna go ahead and take off all this wire and try to figure out how we're gonna get it up here, which might be the hardest part of the whole thing. I've got some cables here. I want to go ahead and just key it in these cables. So there's a little cable binder thing here. So take that off, not lose it. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. Put this in here. Actually, this has to go. You have to be real careful because I was installing something else and I pinched the cable, and that sucked. I had the front camera. I pinched the front cable, or the front camera cable. I had to repair it. There's not a lot of room in there, so this is important. You don't want to screw something up. Just missed. Go behind. Brake cable. Behind the brake cable retaining clip. That. I keep my hands out of the way so you can see. It's hard. That's what she said. And yep. So now we're just going to go ahead and hook this thing back up. And again, this is on a street triple, but your bike could be different. It probably is, unless it's a street triple or another Triumph. Okay, so cable's hanging down. Okay, so SD card filled up. I had to switch SD cards, even though I deleted stuff right before I started filming. Not sure what that was about. So, okay, so on this bike, I'm gonna get some things to sort of contend with. So we're gonna put this in here like that. But I've got this little strap right here. Okay, so I got this little strap right here. So this keeps them from getting pinched and does a fantastic job. So I need to take that off. And for that, I need a wrench of some sort. what size that is. 10. Eight mil. Maybe it's 10. No, it's 8. Take that bolt off. Try not to wreck my tank. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this bolt off. This is another, like a strap, a hard strap. So I should be able to kind of pull this thing back a little bit and pull this wire. That's still not going to work. Someday I'm going to figure out how I want to route this. So I came around the front side of this. I need to come to the back a little bit. Just because of the way things are laying out. That's why this is sort of a custom project when you're doing it on your bike, but this is to give you an idea. Okay, got that down. Just gonna put the handlebars back in here. Put that in there, leave a little bit of slack. Put our bolt back in. Alright, new wrench. Using proper tools now. Okay. Getting that in there. Okay. Tight, good and tight. So now we move this around. We're good there. So the next thing I need to do on my bike is there's this little plastic piece right here, which is a little bit of a bear, but I should be able to just push it in here. And I'm going to lift the tank up so I can get at it. I'm going to lift the tank up so I can get at it, maybe. And then the problem is, from there, getting a hold of this wire, getting it where I need to get it. So, my tank holding tool is none other than a football. If you guys have seen me do this, you've seen me do this with a football quite a few times probably. So there we go. Alright, so I got to get this piece probably comes off somehow. Not completely sure. It just snaps in there. So I'm going to pull it apart, bring this up through there like that, and then push that back in. Now I can just run this down along the tank. Take it around, run this down along the tank, or along the air box rather, and it's going to get us almost there. So that's what I was saying. Apparently I'm going to go ahead and just hook it to the battery, I think. You know, was not my plan initially, but it looks like it might be my plan. I do have this piece right here. Oh, look at that! I don't need to. Haha. And here is what I'm going to do. So I got this. This is the battery tender. So all I got to do is plug this thing in. Well, I have to come through here first. Come through here. this in like that. Now it's plugged in, and if I come over here, let me take you around, come over here. So you can see it says it's putting out 12.7 volts, and turn that off when not in use. Turn it on when need it. So it's basically it's directly to the battery. We're just using the battery tender, and so you can still use the battery tender. It's not something you're gonna neglect to be able to use. And you can always undo it if you need to undo it. I'm sure there's plenty of ways I could make this loop out and unplug it and have it hanging down, but I don't really see the need for that. The only thing I'm going to do otherwise is I'm going to just take a couple of little zip ties and zip tie that together, because I like to keep it somewhat neat. So we're going to zip tie it to this, whatever this wire is that I probably installed in the past. Tuck it down. Actually, fasten the zip tie here. On there. On there. Cut our tails. Just go ahead and tuck it in. Take our football out. Lower our tank back down. Now we can put this back on. Drop our nut bolts so we can put the tank back together. Take you over here again. Okay, so now you can go ahead and take our put our tank screws back in, secure our tank. Okay, got that. That's secure. We're going to come back over here and take our stuff with us. And so there is what we kind of added. I'm just going to tuck it in a little bit. There's nowhere for it to really go. We're going to put our seat back on. This isn't the worst seat in the world, but sometimes it's a bit of a pain to get aligned. I think all seats are. I had my first motorcycle was a 2005 Honda Shadow, and it was the worst. Shadow 750. Its seat sucked. It was such a pain to get on. Okay, got that tight. I'll put our back cowl on. Take our tape off that we stuck there. If I can find my tank bag. Holy crap, I didn't go far with it. Where did I put it? Anybody see where I put my tank bag? Anybody see? Oh my God, it's right in front of my face. Okay, we're gonna put our tank bag in. So normally I put my phone in here, and I normally use my work phone connected to the bike and to the helmet because I'm usually traveling to and from work. Let me move this camera. Okay, so normally I'm using my work phone because I'm traveling to and from work, so that's why I listen to music on, and if someone calls me for work, I can get a hold of them. So there's two ways we can go. We can route it through the front or through the back. We can go this way. That seems counterproductive. So there's this little pull string on my bag, so I can come right through here. Come right through here, and I can hook my phone up so I can charge it. Hook my phone up, it's charging, and then I just take this, pop this off, and put that in. And let me take you around. Okay, took you around. So I got my work phone here, and I can put the tank in the bag, push this in, press this little button right here, and it comes on and tells you it's charging. So when you're sitting on the bike and you're driving down the road and you're riding, and you're riding, this cable is more than okay to suffice, and it's not going to be getting in the way. It's not yanking it. It's not pulling it. So works out pretty good, and it's charging the phone. You can see right here that the phone is charging right there. Let me see, the phone is charging right there. Can you see that? And we're good to go, and that's it. So anyway, guys, thanks for checking me out. I'm glad that you guys were here to check it out. I really appreciate all the views. I appreciate everything. I really appreciate it. If you haven't, please hit that little subscribe button down below. Hit the bell so you know when new things are coming out. Please check out my other channels. Both my channels. I've got Squid Moto by Evolving Male, and I've got just Evolving Male. Please check both those out. Please subscribe to both. Please leave some comments. Tell me what you think, what your experiences are, how you did it, because maybe I could change this. It only took 5 minutes or something, so I could change it. Maybe 10 minutes. It might have taken longer than that, but it feels like 5 minutes. So maybe it was 20 minutes, but it was easy, and I'm talking, I'm filming it, so not a problem. It's very easy to do. Anyway, I really appreciate it. Please check me out on Facebook at Evolving Male, also on TikTok, Instagram, and yeah, I think that's it. TikTok, Instagram. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyway, really appreciate it, guys. Just keep watching and keep liking, and I really appreciate it. And as always, peace out.